What are you doing? Oh, nigga, you fine. You got in an accident. Where you at? Huh? What happened?
Had a baseball cap on as a Chicago Bulls because
Huh?
I was a Bulls fan. I was running, I got in the Rally's parking lot, and I didn't realize it. And I
You say
got up
you
there,
was
and the
just
dudes that was
tired?
shooting at us was in the Rally's parking lot, sitting on the hood of their car with the
You
gun.
good?
And I ran into him, and I walked away from him. I said, "Oh Lord, this is it." I start walking away, and I'm thinking to myself, they're gonna shoot me in the back. And as I was walking, I didn't hear anything. I got around that corner, and I took off running. I got around that corner. Then when I got to my boy Leonard's house, I went to my head, and my hat was gone. And I realized that the reason why they didn't shoot me is they was looking for the dude with the hat on. And I'm telling you, if you don't get rid of something that's on you, it's going to get you killed. Lay aside every weight that so doth easily beset you. I speak prophetically in this room that some of y'all are getting ready to lay some stuff down that you used to couldn't pick up. God says you're going to lay it down, and what you are afraid of losing, God says, I'm going to pick up the slack, and that whenever you break free from this addiction, or whenever you break free from this relationship, or whenever you break free from this stronghold, God says, I still got your back. And the void that you think you will have will actually be victory.
You
Yeah.
to challenge us to saying that somebody else's God or somebody God or this God is better than all gods, and you shouldn't worship no other gods other than me.
Yeah.
But if I have in my belief in my God, and you come over here and you give me this book and tell me to read this book, and I'm sitting here looking at you like, man, my God will smash your God. I don't even know why you even. What I'm saying to you is, again, that book starts off.
But that's where you right, but there's a tilt that's missing. So
How can we
because you would sound like Christopher Columbus.
No, how can we not manipulate when there's a book of manipulation?
Which one?
The one we reading,
You talking the Bible or the?
But you talk about the Bible, you talk about the Quran, you talk about anything. What I'm saying to you is just like we sat around the table, we said, hey, we need to make a book to teach younger folks, especially men, younger boys, how to maneuver and handle things in this lifetime. We make this book. People start buying this book. This book become hot, become big, and everything else. Like something like the Steve Harvey, but at the same time, watch this. But at the same time, they take it a little farther, and now we look up and we got a whole nation of Islam.
Well, but oh goddamn. So because I know what I'm trying to tell you, but
I keep cutting you off. I know. Go ahead, boo.
Oh no, it ain't because I'm listening. Because you know me, dog. I ain't really one of them people damn better. That's I'm opposed to it. I mean I got an open mind. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what me, but I honestly admit when I could tell when. I mean, it's a perfectly laid out. If it was to be what they call it, what them white people call that, a farce, not a manipulation, but whatever, for world dominance and shit or whatever the case may be.
That all I look at is conquering.
It would be easy to do. So all you gotta do is create some kind of doubt. Damn, my bad. All you gotta do is create some kind of doubt, right? Which enter the device password to trust this computer. Yo, don't create doubt on my own damn Thank, but nah, dog, I'm trying to tell you that because
They
I got
create
lost.
doubt
Look
in
how
the
quick
world.
my attention span leave. So
They
you went
create.
back to the beginning. I think that the Bible, as far as you think, nobody else could prove that
The
they
Bible
was
wrong.
here, that they created Earth, right? We all, besides the people that do the Big Bang Theory thing,
Yep.
that
Which is fine.
we on
Which
some. All right, God. No matter what your belief is, most people come to the conclusion that God was here first. That God created man and woman, right?
yep.
So sometimes I ain't gonna lie, you the first one there. You get to establish your own shit. So I get, we running with
Whoever landed here
the
first,
whoever
right?
was here first. Yeah, I get it. I totally
Meaning,
get it.
to me, at some point, I believe God was opening the sky and talking to Adam and Eve.
Well, so was the devil.
But this is the crazy part about it. Where's the story about that?
So here's the crazy part, but that story is there.
Can I say God is the devil?
Huh? You could. You'll be out your mind. Oh, I ain't gonna say you'll be out your mind because there's a whole great song that I listen to.
You know what I'm about to say, though, right?
You think he lost but got the pen or something? That he
No.
got the controllers on narrative?
Who? God?
Yeah.
Yeah. What I'm saying to you is, if I told you God was the devil, everybody say I'm crazy and everything else.
Not really. I don't. I see where that logic would come from.
But then I say, what's the balance?
The balance that will what?
What's the
Offset.
balance?
Because I think that's the balance. You need.
If you tell me I have a choice, period, always have a choice. It directs it to you. It lets you know you have a choice.
I think
You have a choice. You have a choice to do
within the window.
this
I think.
or that. This or that. Blue, red pill. Simple.
No.
Blue or red pill.
No. I don't think so anyway. I think you
What
take that
happens?
blue pill leads you to the next bracket in the NCAA tournament. There's a select option of teams you can play. You take the red pill, there's a select option of teams you can play. I think they call that permissible will. So whatever spot you get put in, and I say, brother, only reason I could kind of have this conversation with you not because I saw how my life panned out off decisions I made way back in the gap. I felt like if I would have went left here, I would have got to another spot and then into another set of choices.
That was the turnaround I was going to give you about that heaven and hell shit. I believe what goes on here is, if let's just say you do live an all right life, right?
Okay.
You when I say an all right life, I mean you basically low key. You're an all right guy. You live an all right guy.
All right.
Eventually, you will go through hell, and you will go through heaven.
But that's hot.
Right here on earth.
But they say that in the Bible. They say, hey, no man born within of a few days, right, is born without trouble. With a few days. So he kind of, which is, like I said, I can see why people would think the Bible is manipulating shit, because who's not going to go through nothing? Everybody going to go through some shit. You'll be a fool to believe your life going to be perfect,
zero you in on one situation, but you'll never see the big picture. So if I know you'll never see the big picture, it's easy for me to be like, hey, out of the first few days of you seeing life on earth,
I can make the picture so big you bound to fit in it. Like I get it. Like I can make the box like, hey yo, you gonna either be black or white. Shit, I'm gonna be one of you. Going to be a male or a female. So bro, I promise you. That's why I like it. It's to me is I don't bottle it in what they say they got religion, and they got what's the other one?
You just believe in a higher
Christianity,
power.
which I don't. What's the one where they just follow protocol? They just sing. They don't even really know what they're saying or doing. They just do it just to do it. The judges. That's the ones I don't like. Cause that's the ones that judge Paul. You know what I'm saying? That's the ones that judge them. Hey, Saul killed all them people. All right, I'm preaching. What's that? They was rocking with Paul till Paul said, "Hey, bro, you're messing with that man's wife. You can't do that. Throw him in jail." Throw him in jail. They was rocking with him before that, but they was doing the same thing. Like could everybody do it, bro. Like they curtail shit to where they feel like they narrative fit. Christians do it. That's what you got. You got spirituality, and you got religion. I'm more spiritual, but I'm spiritual in the guidelines of what I got to take the test without reading the study guide. Failed it, and then went back and read all the shit on the study guide, and it's making sense that I applied it probably for about a year. And again, I ain't seeing a big change, like big old break financially and shit, but like you say, it's easily could be manipulated because they tell you push through. But it sounds like it's saying to me, hey, yo, as long as you content in your mind, you're gonna be all right in life, because it could go either way. But I've noticed I'm comfortable with, like I say, my boy JJ brother, hey, JC brother, kind of our joy. Like I look at the positive in everything, cause that's what I'm reading in I'm about to call the Bible the shit. I can't stop cussing for nothing. In about, like, you got Job took all his kids. You know what I'm saying? And you remember that conversation he had with Job, like when devil and God going back and forth. He was like, "Let me try you serving Job." Took all his kids. Took all his Job look up like, "God doggone, why are you forsaking me?" But I'm rolling with it. Can't get him. That I do find that Olympics between God and the devil interesting. Because when he went on the 40 days and 40 nights, when he was fasting, what he told him? Hey, bro, turn that stone into bread. Jesus basically told that nigga, you know who my dad is, bro? I'm not performing no tricks for you. And that's like you doing some shit for somebody you know. And that's why I think I take into it. Because I apply the shit, you know me, I take everything and I apply how does it work personally for me. I don't go along with somebody else's rule.
That's why I listen to, and I listen to and I see, like, certain things, like, they talked about in the Bible that are now made famous. They talked about desires, they talked about lust, they talked about greed, they talked about manipulation, they talked about the biggest one out of everything in the Bible is called discipline. Now, all of this is in one book. But all this is every emotion, this is every thought, every emotion through a human body.
And they say, and what I'm learning is that them things you just said are tools that the devil used to get to the commandments we were talking about.
Yep.
All that shit is, that's why I say it got to be updated. Like, I feel like I don't know who gonna update it, and I don't know if Kanye gonna do it on a beat, but cause them 6 is like how me and you would talk to other people, like, hey, yo, yeah, that's the big picture, but you got to small numbers add up.
Yeah.
How am I getting the murder? How am I getting the committing adultery? How am I getting the I'm not honoring thy father and not thy mother? And I think that is, for me personally, I'm peeping. I'm looking at every story in the Bible, or most of them. You know me, bro. That shit's a movie to me. The first shit, Genesis, pop like I don't know what. It come on like a podcast supposed to come on, bang. But you had
this was the other thing I learned about the Quran. The Quran is not morally stories. The Quran is morally a teaching guide.
See, and that's why I think the Muslim faith advances more than Christianity.
More, yeah, because they're not worried about.
They're not subjecting themselves to a dead person, basically, or a spirit, or Holy Ghost. They subject themselves to teachers who are currently holding them accountable for actions that they are doing, not the hope and faith, huh?
And it's not even just it's the teachers, but it's the people.
See, but I think that's because they could be held accountable by somebody they could reach out and physically touch. I ain't saying that that's simple. I think that's a great way that the Muslims do it. The Christians,
I think it's a better lesson and a better teaching for that, because it's like having a mother or father, or how they used to say, what's your boy used to say, it take a village to raise a child.
Yeah. You know your mom ain't gonna do it, but you know Miss Betty down the street going. Yep. And they subject themselves to that. Where with Christians, and my mama did that. She told that little boy in the hallway, when God gonna see you be in the hallway now. Yo, that little boy not worried about that. He ain't worried about that. But if we at that, where we holding ourselves up to teachers, they worried about what that person gonna do, because at the end of the day, this is human beings. They don't feel nothing until the threat is imminent.
Yep.
So if they don't feel like the threat imminent, which I feel like how they say, God work in mysterious ways. He know, and he make it confusing, bro. I feel you. I feel you, bro. Like the Bible, if you don't align yourself with, I think, like I told them boys yesterday, your own set of your own rules through whatever you believe in. In my case, is the Bible. It could be confusing if you can't make sense of, to me, I key in on the disciples hard, because I see they was fucked up just as much as most to all niggas is on this earth, and the rest of them. But I key on the disciples, because they went through, I feel like, every situation you could take. Of course, there was human beings, so they went through the shit. But the documented shit is, you could line it up with a story you've been through. I damn sure could. I said, my people still treat me like I act the same. And I take that Saul to Paul. But Joshua is slowly becoming my new favorite. But I still stick with Paul for now, because people still think I'm gonna act the same as I did beforehand. Because I can see how it looked. Saul killing Christians, then come to the church. All right, I'm preaching now. Man, get the fuck. That's weird. I can see how that's weird with them. So I can see how people be acting with me. Like, wait a minute, nigga, you ain't, something up. Because if I would have did this, you would have did this. That's all they say. But you know me, and I learned that from the Bible. Going back in the past is ass. Soon as you go back in the past, you taking your sight off what's forward. And if I'm trying to change, and you don't believe that I'm changing, I could easily say what I'm changing before I go back to acting that. But I done learned in my own slight education amongst, with some help, to centralize all that shit. So that's why I know me and
and that's why, bruh. And that's bruh.
Don't worry, we just did a podcast, nigga. That motherfucking phone been recording like ass.